this vacancy, which last quarter was at 32% CBRE data, and he said it would be 15% probably had this become such an unhappy place for blockchain companies in particular. He's saying to new founders, don't come in the city he's trying to fix. You have next month, 45, they have some language regulations was at 32% CBRE data.
Dude, I am so freaking tired of these 180s, man.
Okay. I believe we're good to go. I'm going to check to see about it on the YouTube channel. And we should be good to go at 12 o'clock. We should be good to go at 12 o'clock. Shiner, can you say something?
Yeah, man. What do you want me to say? Is there a little delay going on or something? Or did you repeat yourself when you said?
Shiner, can you say something? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man. What do you want me to say? So there's a delay somewhere between this and YouTube, huh? Is there a little delay going on or something? Or did you repeat yourself when you said?
No, I think there's a delay, but it's okay because I think YouTube probably delayed it just for the content. I'm going to go ahead and share this now, and then what I'll do is I'll just hop off of YouTube on my phone and it'll be all good. You still able to hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you still.
Okay, cool.
It's now more with two more potentially to come. I really down this battle is vitally important. The intersecting of WHOP with more faith we need to do right into the same gas that the big bad investors and you're like balance from every weekday even Easter only on the Bloomberg. You're the full business of the rate. Conversations and discussions. Since the accountants, do you think there's a new face for doing that policy? That's a good question. And this is the cost of the new of money and
They did that time. I'll be thinking about how starting with 500 global. Look at one of the most early stage venture investors over in Southeast Asia is learning back to a crowd. And we just speaking millions of investors in the region. So now have more than $2.4 billion assets under management. Meanwhile, a black check company started by former IndyCar driver Michael Andretti, who's working with AI startups about AI. The merger value started at about $200 million. Plus, Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners acquired $150 million
If you guys are in here already, just know we will start at 12 o'clock. So we got about 10 minutes just so that people can get to their lunch place and all that stuff. So go ahead and put your tickers in the chat group and we'll make sure we cover those when we get the video started. Five-minute mic check, 5-minute mic check. Get started at 12 o'clock. All right, team, we're about to start. Let's go ahead and get cracking. Got people coming in to all the different applications. Let's go ahead and start putting those tickers that you want to cover in the chat groups, the chat streams. I'm watching the YouTube live chat streams. We're also trying this on our spaces on Twitter or X. And so we're trying this a whole bunch of different platforms. So this will be interesting for us because we're trying to come out and come swinging on a couple different things. So it'll be interesting how this goes down. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm Chuck Fu with Traders War Room. We run a digital online platform for any of you guys that are new. Please go check us out at the website at traderswarroom.com. We have tons of things, guys. If you're a trader or investor, listen, we have something for everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. I got a couple slides and then we'll get right into Weebles, the application I'm going to use. I'm going to take your guys' tickers. We're going to go over some stocks. We're going to look at what's popping and locking today. Obviously, we're sliding, so we're going to look at that. And then we're going to try to find some diamonds in the rough and some gems to make some money closing out this day and hopefully closing out this week strong. Some hot products we got at Traders War Room. Please take a look at our text message trade alerts. Guys, we are booming on this one. I didn't expect this to go as heavy as it did. A lot of people love the text message alerts. So if you want the simplicity of getting the high quality alerts that Traders War Room provides right there at your phone via text message, definitely come check us out. We got the link on the website. I want to bring your attention to the Trading University. Guys, we are running this like an online education platform, just like a college, man. We got a virtual classroom, digital content. Each of our courses are between 8 to 10 weeks long in length. Obviously, it's self-paced, so you can kind of do it at yourself and at your leisure. Where you get lifetime access once you're a member of these applications. Okay, so any type of updates we do to the course and the curriculum, you get access to that as an alumni. Plus, you get to interact with future and past students as they come into it. So definitely, if you're interested in really elevating your game and really going deep diving into trading and investing, check out the university because we got a lot of great information there. And the one-on-one mentoring. And this is starting to pick up because the market's sliding. A lot of people don't know how to trade in choppy markets, or they don't know how to trade to the downside there. You know, everyone starts out usually a bull at heart, right? And so they don't understand how to kind of navigate the market. And so they start losing some money, get some, loss of interest in the market. Well, we're here to help that. Okay. We want you guys to be total investors, total traders. So we definitely got the one-on-one mentoring. Book your session today. We do 30 minutes and 60-minute sessions. It's recorded and we do a deep dive into you as a trader and investor. The idea is to be better prepared today than we were yesterday so that we can go out there and make money for the future. So definitely check those things out. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Our 2023 campaign is let's make the market bend that knee in 2023. And as you can see right there, we got that TWR banner flying high. And you know those boys over there, their banner's pretty ragged. And of course, they're bending the knee to Traders War Room because we're coming out swinging. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's open up Zoom. I hope you guys can see this. I think I'm sharing my screen. Yes, desktop. Yep, you guys are able to see this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start with, we're going to focus on the 15-minute chart because we're talking about intraday, right? Let's go ahead and focus on SPY real quick. Let's look at SPY. All right, so I got some lines on here. Obviously, I've been doing some work today, but what we really want to focus on here is we want to look at this and we want to see what SPY has been doing today. And as you can tell, I use a very simple chart, okay? Listen, any of these investors out there, if they got their charts that look like this, okay, and I show this to everybody, but if their charts look like this, oh, it's too many. Okay. I can't even add that many. Right. But if their charts look all just crazy with the indicators and stuff like that, okay. they got too many indicators. All right. Their charts are just cloudy and it's confusing, man. I've been trading since 2005 and I keep my stuff simple. Okay. I got some EMAs that I like because they move a little faster than the slower moving MAs. I got some slow moving MAs. As you can see, the red line here's the 50. I use some EMAs to keep up with the current trends, and I keep my sub indicators pretty standard. You know, I used RSIs, a MACD, and a few other ones. So what I'm getting at is keep your charts simple, okay? Because simplicity is what's going to help you. You keep the same setup every time, you refine the setups, and then we're able to make some decent movements. Now, coming off of this SPY, right? As we look at SPY, what happened yesterday, you can see SPY was pretty boxed in, okay? This is a nice little consolidation zone. And then we start dipping towards the end of the day, right? So we had a nice little consolidation. Obviously, you know, you have some dips and rips, right? But for the most part, it stayed within this range, 450 to, you know, about 490, 449. So about a 50-cent range, right? Well, then of course, you're starting to get some of this economic data and some of these dippity dips. And we come out of this consolidation zone in the pre-market and just everything just started sliding to the downside. So definitely those that follow Traders War Room, you guys obviously know that we were put heavy. We thought the market was going to slide. So we went ahead and went with puts. And so you guys are making some money today, which is fantastic. It's a good day in Traders Market verse. But those of you that maybe were overzealous and a little bullish thinking that we were going to catch the jump, what you guys need to understand is that SPY is one of these trending type of stocks. Okay. So anytime SPY starts to close, specifically on a 15-minute or longer chart below the 50, it's hard for it to get back. So if it's below the 50, which for me, the 50 is this red line, right? If it's below the 50 on a 15-minute chart, I'm already bearish at heart. Okay. Now, obviously, we could have made some money both ways. You ride puts down, right? You can ride calls up here. I mean, there's opportunity to make some money. You got 445 to, you know, there's a little dollar movement here, right? So you can make money going both ways. But if you're looking to really capitalize on some pressure and riding the wave, you want to make sure you catch the thing. The 15-minute chart is one of the most fantastic charts because it gives you a nice plot of data. So we're under the 50, we start closing below our near-term EMAs, and we just start dumping. So of course we're riding the puts, okay, and we're not coming out of the puts until we start to catch up on one of our closer EMAs here. Okay, once we start to, you know, crowd up, like we might have hit stop loss here because we started crowding up, but we never closed and crossed it, right? If we start to cross this, then the trend is probably starting to reverse, and we probably want to start thinking about the course of action and exit the trade. But for right now, SPY still looking pretty bearish at the moment. We'll probably get a nice little bounce coming into close. I can't see SPY just continuing down without one of those last, you know, gallant efforts of, you know, trying to come back, you know what I mean? And you've seen V-shaped recoveries in SPY. I mean, towards the end of the bell, it could just shoot up and clear this gap that it has right here. You never know, right? But watch for the reversal. You know, we're paying attention to the sub indicators. Right now, we're under the 20 on the stock. MACD is way below our signal line. And so we're just paying attention to some of these. If we catch the cross, remember, I always like to use 3 reasons to push the buy. Okay. So we get a nice green candle pushing, crossing one of our EMAs. We start to cross up and start to approach, you know, above the 20, going towards the 80 on our RSI. Maybe we get a cross on the MACD. 3 reasons why to push the buy. We'll go ahead and probably go long and, you know, shoot the trigger. So we'll have to pay attention. But for right now, put city all the way. And if we stay below this, most likely we'll probably get some bearish continuation into the next day. So airlines, let's go ahead and go into Dallas. That's some people that are asking about the airlines. All right, so we got at Dallas. Okay, DAL had some news today. I mean, some of you are football fans. You noticed that Tom Brady is now endorsing DAL. I had a person in the Discord today mention about, you know, the Dallas thing, and he talked about, you know, did they not learn their, you know, thing with the FX scandal and stuff like that? You know, who knows? But I don't think it helped the stock at all today. I mean, maybe initially it had a little bit of a jump. You know, you see a little bump, and that was about when it came out on Bloomberg that he was talking about a dollar movement, but then right back down. Okay, right back down, coming down. These airlines are suffering right now. That FFA FAA thing yesterday really rocked the UAL and the airlines, even though it was kind of, lackluster in length. It kind of got called off pretty quickly. These airlines are struggling. If you go out a little bit further, let's go out to the 4-hour chart just so you can kind of see. Okay, if you go out to the 4-hour chart on these airlines, right? DAL is a good example. You can see we're coming down. We made the effort. We couldn't hold this top area. We're coming down, wicking big time towards the top. We're looking pretty hardcore. Like we want to continue down. I got an idea. We'll probably get another leg to the downside. I would not be surprised if DAL ends up at $40 by the end of the week. UAL is another example. It kind of had a little bit of a surge today because it had so much downtrending pressure yesterday. You saw the downtrending pressure here. It's a little popped up, but it's approaching where it was at yesterday. We start to close below where we were at yesterday. It's put city, guys. I would go ahead if we close lower than we did yesterday. Then we closed yesterday. If we breach that, right? And basically we can put a line here. Let's go ahead and put a line. Kind of show you how I rock, how my mind works, right? I want to put a line there. Move these. Move this. Why isn't that going? I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and put a line. Let's put a horizontal line. All right. We want a horizontal line about right here. All right. Blue line. We're below that line. We're going to go ahead and go to the bottom portion of where we close right there. This is our battle zone. Okay. We breach this right here, this 48.41. We close below this on a 15-minute chart. Guys, you better be taking swing puts to the downside. And most likely you can just go off the charts and kind of look, you want to go 47, 46. You want to stay at the money as much as possible, but you need to be looking for the short side of the house because we breach below where we closed yesterday. It's opening up the waterworks for downtrending pressure. We look at the further out chart. And we can see that we haven't been down this low for a while, but we have some lower levels. If we go out, if we go out just a little bit further into the day chart, we can notice that our next level behind, and here's our line here, right? You can see that our next level of real good support and resistance doesn't really hit. I mean, we got some pops here and stuff, but we don't really hit until we get to about 45. So there's a nice $3 push to the downside that we could get this cascading effect. That's some big money. Okay. So anytime you see some stuff like that, you need to take advantage of it. Contracts are going to be fairly cheap. You can even give yourself some time, push out a month or so and be set up for success. Let's look at Roku. I made a boo-boo today. I thought Roku was going to get continuation because when you look at the further out chart on Roku, right? And this is what got me on Roku because I ended up taking this trade and I had to cut it because of stop loss. But when you look at Roku, let's go to the weekly chart. No, that's too far. We'll go to 4-hour. That might not be far enough. All right. Day chart. All right, here you go. Okay, well, you can see Roku's been kind of down here consolidating, kind of rounding at the bottom, right? All right, but you can see Roku's absolutely been a beast of a stock in the past. I mean, we got upwards of, where's this? That's $500 in Roku. I don't know if we'll get back there anytime soon, but Roku definitely got some gaps to the upside. I mean, look, we got a gap here at 127 or 124, 150. So we got some gaps coming on Roku. If we get some wind underneath our sails, we can definitely push to the upside on Roku. So I wasn't assuming that we would breach and push towards 100, but I was expecting a little bit more push than we got. Obviously, the sentiment today is pretty bearish, so I'm not surprised that we rocked to the bottom and we got this gap. We're probably going to fill this gap, so most likely puts to the downside, filling this gap, and we'll probably even go attack this level here. So we got about a $2 push to the downside. It'd be probably safe to go ahead and go with puts on Roku, potentially for a swing, fill this gap, re-breach this, see if we can hold this level. But they had some fantastic news, so I thought we were going to get the continuation at least past here and see if we could hold this level, kind of creep along this way. But the overall market today said and came down, so ended up getting into that trade and the stop loss hit. So that was a boo-boo on my part. XOM, got some people that were like, man, what happened to XOM? You know, oil was pumping and we were moving, and XOM's been a killer, man. It popped up here, came down. You know, the market's just kind of just people are taking bread off the table, guys. We got until the end of the week on our calls. We are in calls on XOM. You know, we're looking for the breach. I think XOM has the good opportunity. Oil and energy are one of those when the rest of the market tends to take a dump. People start rotating the big money out of tech. They start rotating it out of consumer staples and stuff like that. You know, those retail chains like Walmart and things of that nature. They're rotating it into the energy plays. XOM's one of them, CVX, another one. You got some other ones, Oxy, and a few other ones. I like XOM because when it hits hard and it moves quick. And we have a lot of potential to the upside. CVX, I don't trade that as much because it doesn't tend to move as quickly. And I just don't pay attention to the chart as much, but that's a good one too. But XOM, I think we get potential. If we can get the push we need, get this bearish market overall, you know, out of the thoughts of the investor, and get some people that are like, man, I ain't touching the market. Basically, what today is kind of is, man, with all this downtrending pressure, people are like, man, I'm taking money off the table. I ain't touching the market today. I'm waiting. You know, it's not that they're afraid to get in the market. They're just not getting into the market right now because they don't want their money to just waste away with chop and premium and stuff like that. So I think we get some volume coming back in here. The news is good. You know, oil's staying elevated and stuff. I think XOM has a good opportunity to keep pressing, and we could get back up here by the end of the week. And if not, breach above that. I got a target of 116, hopefully by the end of the week. I think we can do it. We hold this level. We can push pretty decently, get the energy plays, and maybe we can make some money off of that trade we got. QQQ. All right. Yesterday, I showed you guys in my video last night about the divergence that we had with Q and the SPY. Typically, when you see the Q and the SPY kind of run simultaneously, right? We notice that, you know, they run in tandem because, you know, the SPY, what holds the weight in a lot of the SPY is the big tech names that the Q also has as well. Well, oh, look at this, the Q starting to pop up. Here might be a good opportunity to take some scalpy calls, you know, opportunity for a little bit of a dollar push, probably push back up to this level to retest, see if we can breach it. Right now we're at, where are we at? 373.66, something like that. I think we got about another dollar push if we can breach over this. So if you're feeling risky on a day trade, you know, you might want to take a scalpy call and see if we get this dollar push to go retest this level here, because a nice little shelf. I mean, look at the shelf on the 15-minute. Nice little shelf. This is definitely retestable material on a bounce play. See if we come here. I don't think the pressure is here to continue unless we get a really strong surge. We'll probably reject, but a decent little push, a little $1.50 on a trade right here could make you some decent money. So, you know, live trading 101 for you guys right there. If you want to take it, take it. Anyways, back to the Q. We showed some divergence. Normally the Q and the SPY run simultaneously, very similar, but the Q ran hard yesterday and the SPY lagged. You saw the SPY was kind of just flat, right? The Q was kind of on the uptrend. When you see divergence like that, you're usually looking at some sort of rotating of big money. Usually it's institutional type of stuff happening because there's some money being switched around and pushed around and things of that nature. You've seen a lot of trades coming out of some of the big names. People are taking bread off the table. You've been seeing a lot of sell from insiders on stocks like NVDA and things of that nature. Seen a lot of cases brought against, you know, some of the stuff. And that's no surprise. Okay, they wait till September to do these because statistically September is the weak month, right? So they wait till September to do these because overall they're looking for September being a weak month. It pulls back, institutions come back in, they buy the dip, and then it starts running to the end of the year and stuff like that. So no surprise there. Square got downgraded today. Definitely it got told that, hey, you know, we like you, but we don't think that you have any real, you know, positive catalyst to the upside anytime soon. So you need to show us, basically they're saying, show us the money. The proof is in the pudding, Square. So Square has to prove some stuff to the big money in order to get it. We got kind of what I call a jackknife, right? people may say this is starting to form a cup and handle, right? But when you get the push like this and you get the downtrend like this really isn't a cup here, okay? Basically, it's like a bottle opener, all right? And what happens when you open a bottle? All right, you pop the bottle, the fluid comes out and goes into your gut. Okay. So think of it like this. When you see patterns like this, I call this, like the can opener, the jackknife, whatever you want to call it. You get the up, you get this thing. Don't get freaked out on. Now, it could be a cup and handle. It could very well be cup, handle, push to the upside, but likely story, not. It'll probably be to push up, a little swing. It's trying. It can't. Finally, the bottle opener opens the top and the fluid comes out and it'll start making that lower low and we'll get the next leg to the downside. So I probably think square I wouldn't be surprised if square is $56, $55 by the end of the week. It might be a good opportunity to get a swing trade to the downside on square. Roblox looking pretty weak. This is one of those that you probably be safe getting yourself a put to the downside. You're not going to get much movement. It hasn't really moved much here recently. We can look at the 4-hour chart. It's been kind of staying in a pretty tight range, as you can see. But this curve, we're starting to curving to the downside. And I got a feeling we're probably going to come back down to the support line around the $27 range. And so we're probably looking to test that support area right there around where the 50's at. So Roblox could be a good opportunity for a short play as well coming out. SHOP, we like SHOP. SHOP is a good stock. We like SHOP. What I like about SHOP here, why is my chart doing that? I don't know. Anyways, man, SHOP app absolutely just ripped, didn't it? See if I can. There we go. All right. Nice upswing, right? Coming here. Some consolidation zone. So what are we looking for out of SHOP here? Okay. SHOP is real popular. Okay. I put 2 lines here. I put two lines. I put a top line and a bottom line. Okay. We're looking for this. Okay. Basically, here's what I'm doing. I'm creating triggers. All right. If we breach this bottom line here, which of course is about 64, we can call it 64.50, right? And we got a nice shelf of consolidation here that supports it with some touches and some near touches. So I like this area, right? We breached the 64.50 area. We got to respect the trend, and we're probably looking for a downward trending slide, probably pushing all the way down back towards 62, if not the next shelf here, about 60, right? So we got to respect the trend. If we can hold this level, we're looking for the rejection here and the push back up to 67, 68. So that's one of those things. I haven't put a trade on SHOP yet. I'm waiting for my triggers to go. I'm being disciplined on this one. I mapped it out, got my box essentially, and I'm waiting for the trade to come to me. Okay. I'm not trying to force a trade because it's not really making any money day trading it, because look how tight it is. You're not making any money day trading this. You're just wasting theta trying to get a trade when you're literally trading low. It's at 67.22, 66.46. You're like trading within like a dollar range. Here's even tighter, 66.46, 66 for a 50-cent range. You're not making any significant money, but we wait for that breach. Battle zone here. We stay above this one. We start rejecting it. Boom. Let's go ahead and rock this all the way up to this next level here, 67, 68. We fail this one. Boom. We're rocking this down to $62, $61, maybe with a $60 put call, pushing out 2 or 3 weeks. All right. That's the game plan. NVDA. All right. NVDA starting to get now. Unlike the other one with the jackknife, right? The jackhammer, the can opener. This one had the swing to the downside, right? We're going to push. This respects levels. This likes to respect levels. So we got to push out a little bit. Let's go ahead and chop this one up, because NVDA is real popular. I know people love to play this one. Let's chop this one up. Let's go on the 4-hour. Let's look for a trade on NVDA. I want you guys to get a good setup on this one. See, I've done this chart a lot. All right. NVDA, here's the 4-hour, right? Let's go ahead and put some lines on this. We want a top line. Now, we could do these wikis and stuff like this, but I want meat and potatoes, right? So let's put a line. I want some meat and potatoes, okay? I want some price action. Boom. All right, why is it there? I don't know. My computer's jacking up or something. There you go. All right. 500, right? Basically, top level. Got some meat and potato. It's supported previously over here. Let's put another line at the bottom, right? Boom. Okay. Got a line here, supported here. We got some nears, supported over here, supported here. History. Here's our box. 500, 455. All right. Where are we at currently? 470. We're going to go ahead and make some intra lines off these tops. Let's go ahead and I'll go off of this top one here. 485. Color that a different color. And let's go off of this candle right here. And we like that because it has the flat part here. It has some support from previous, right there. Oh, boom. Right. 467. There. We got our lines. Here's our triggers, guys. This is our triggers. 467. We're looking for a breach below that. And we're going to ride this bad boy down to 455. Okay. It's going to go there. We breach below here. We're going to lose the steam. It's already below all of its moving averages. They've already crossed. It's below its 50. We breach below this. We're trending to the downside. Boom. Okay. If we can hold this level and it tries to trend to the upside and we can create the battle zone rejection, we're going to ride this bad boy up to 485. All right. That's pretty much the game plan right now. So we got the bottom level trigger. We're going to ride this down 455. If we don't cross this line to the downside and we hold above this line, we're going to wait until we confirm it with a 15-minute candle. And then we're going to make sure that we ride this bad boy back up to 485. All right. You can look at it on the 15-minute chart. See where our lines are at right here. Okay. Notice it breached down here, but it did not close below it on a 15-minute candlestick. Okay. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to wait for this. If we stay above this, and we stay above this in closing. Now, could we miss this? Could NVDA get a crazy wind up their butt and just ride to the moon? Yeah, it could. We could miss it. But that's why we create the triggers to stay disciplined. Okay. So we stay in this zone, right? But we stay above our battle zone here. We go ahead and we take the leap. We go ahead and say, you know what? All right, we're above. We held this line. We're above. Everything's starting to cross to the upside. So all systems are go. Let's go ahead and take a gamble, and we'll go ahead and take a call, and we'll try to go out 485, maybe 490 would be our out of the money call that we would go. We don't want to go too far out the money because we'll end up losing money on theta, but we want to go ahead and take the gamble. If we can't and we start breaching, specifically we close below this battle zone with a 15-minute candlestick, we're going to take the put to the downside because we're going to slide. All right, last one I'm going to do because I'm not getting many direct messages coming in with stocks that people want anymore. The main ones we went over. Let's go over Apple. Apple, people are like, man, what happened to Apple? Well, Apple got some news today, some negative news specifically with China regarding their handsets and stuff like this, some sort of like data breach or something like that, dealing with the Apple phones and stuff like that. So Apple was sliding. Now, typically what Apple does is when it slides like this is a big slide for Apple. Okay. Everybody's talking about it. All right. That'll give you some indication. Okay. Everybody's talking about the slide in Apple. So that gives you the indication of how big it is. All right. 188 to 182. Apple doesn't move $5 in a day, specifically to the downside unless there's some stuff happening. Okay. We look at it on the further out chart. This is a big candlestick dump. I don't see Apple staying down at this level for very long. We'll probably find support. Maybe we'll get a little bit more push, but it's going to come sooner than later. I wouldn't be in puts right now on Apple, or I wouldn't be swinging Apple puts because this price range here, Apple's so popular. People have price targets 200, 220 on Apple. This is buying zone for a lot of people. Okay. They've been waiting for Apple to dump $20 or so from its previous highs over here. They've been waiting for it. So I wouldn't expect Apple to slide too much. Now, if the news continues and it's even more things come out with the negative news with Apple, yeah, we get another leg to the downside, and we're looking at 180, and then we're looking at, down here at like 175. We're going off the fives on this one, but I would wager to bet that we'll probably get support down here at about 182, 181. Right before you get to that psychological level 180, we get support, and we'll probably push to the upside to go retest some of these levels we lost, specifically some of these intra levels and stuff like that. So just don't get hung up on Apple dipping too much here. I got a feeling we'll probably find support, bounce, and I would not be surprised if we breach above. Apple's just one of those general type stocks that likes to just run. So we'll see what happens with this. Last one before we go, coin. I don't really like to trade coin. Hasn't been good to me. I've made some money on coin, but I can't ever tell what's happening. Like the market's sliding and coin's up, you know what I mean? And the market's pumping and coin's down, but then sometimes the market's rocking and coin's rocking. So, it's all weird, man. I get weirded out with coin, but coin's doing okay today. Looking on in the 15-minute chart, we got some broadening out. Basically, when you see stuff like this, you can kind of draw a little pennant. So you can draw little pennants, right? Come here. And you can start creating your thing, because we got breadth here, right? We got broadening, and you can start creating, and then you create your little things. You say, okay, if we breach to the upside here, likelihood of us going to reattack some of these higher levels is high probability. If we can't breach out of this pennant, right, the high probability of us continue to downside and slipping is high. But coin's been consolidating for a minute, and you kind of see it here too, right? The pennant here broke to the upside, down. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Right now, it looks like it wants to rock to the upside. So probability on this one would be probability to the call side, looking at probably $80 calls if you want to take a gamble on it. $80 to $85 calls ending in 8 September would be the probability for the chart TA setup right now. If we breach to the downside, we'd be looking at those $75 calls or $70 calls out the money further out. Other than that, guys, thank you for taking your time. Haven't done this for a while. Had a good time doing this. I look forward to you guys coming and checking us out at Traders War Room. And remember, at Traders War Room, we look at the market like a war zone. This is war, guys. This is battle zone, man. This is lines, drawing, and we look at the war like the stocks like a battle in a war zone, guys. And so if that's something you're interested in, man, come to war with us over at Traders War Room. Check us out, traderswarroom.com, baby. I'll catch you guys at the market bell. See you guys at Power Hour. Later.